Welcome to ClarityGrit, where we break down the psychology of growth, confidence, and self-respect. There's a psychological trick that's so powerful, most people who know it use it quietly. It's not manipulation, it's not hypnosis, it's awareness. And once you learn it, you'll start seeing the truth behind how people think, react, and make decisions, including your own. This simple change in your communication style can instantly elicit listening, trust, and respect from others. That's why most people never talk about it. This is because it gives you control not over others, but over yourself. Let's talk about it. The truth is, human behavior runs on emotional autopilot. We think we're logical, but most of what we do, from what we buy to who we trust, comes from emotion first, logic second. The dangerous trick I'm talking about is understanding how to mirror and lead emotions. Not manipulate them, but read them, align with them, and then guide them. It sounds simple, but it's the foundation of every influence technique used by leaders, negotiators, and even con artists. Let me explain. When someone's angry, anxious, or defensive and you meet them with calm logic, they don't listen. Why? Because emotions don't respond to facts. But if you first match their emotional tone calmly, respectfully, they feel understood. And once they feel understood, they relax. That's when logic finally gets through. You can test this anytime. Next time someone's frustrated, don't argue or lecture. Just say, "I get it. That would bother me too." Then pause. You'll see their body language shift almost instantly. That's emotional mirroring, and it's powerful. It turns confrontation into connection. It's dangerous only because it gives you influence most people never master. But that's just the surface. The second layer of this trick is reframing. Reframing means changing the meaning behind a situation, not the facts, but how those facts are seen. Let's say someone says, "I failed. I'm not good enough." A confident communicator doesn't argue or deny it. They reframe it. They might say, "Maybe that failure was just a sign you aimed higher than most people ever do." Suddenly, the emotional meaning shifts from defeat to growth. That's the art of reframing, transforming pain into perspective. Now here's where it gets deeper. Reframing isn't just something you do in conversations. It's something you can use on yourself. When your brain says, "I messed up, I'm stupid," you can catch that thought and ask, "Or did I just learn something I couldn't have learned it any other way?" You're not lying to yourself. You're changing the emotional lens through which your brain sees the world. That's mental alchemy. And people who master it are nearly impossible to manipulate because they control their own meaning. The third part of this psychological trick is pattern interruption. Every person, including you, runs on mental scripts. When someone criticizes you, you defend. When someone praises you, you relax. When something goes wrong, you panic. But here's the thing: if you interrupt that pattern, you instantly take back control. For example, if someone insults you, most people react emotionally. But instead, try responding with calm curiosity. Say something like, "That's interesting. What makes you say that?" You've just flipped the power dynamic. They expected your reaction to feed their control, but you removed it. You've broken the emotional pattern, and now you decide where the conversation goes. That's why this trick is dangerous, because once you can stay emotionally centered while others lose control, nothing and no one can push your buttons. Here's what most people don't realize. The world is full of emotional manipulation. Media, advertising, relationships, arguments, they all run on predictable psychological triggers. But when you understand this, you're no longer a target. You stop reacting and start responding. You become aware of the strings everyone else is pulling, and you choose not to be controlled by them. That's the real danger of this psychological trick. It makes you emotionally untouchable. Because once you learn to mirror emotion, reframe meaning, and interrupt patterns, you start operating from clarity, not chaos. People respect that. They can feel it. And over time, it changes how you see the world and how the world sees you. So here's the takeaway. Emotional awareness is the most dangerous form of intelligence because it frees you. It allows you to navigate conflict without fear, to lead without force, and to influence without manipulation. The people who master this don't react impulsively. They pause, they observe, and they guide. They know that whoever controls the emotional frame controls the situation. And that's the secret they don't want you to learn. Because once you can think clearly under pressure, the systems built to manipulate emotion, from ads to arguments, lose their power over you. You become uncheckable. So start small. The next time you feel triggered, don't react. Notice what emotion is being used against you: fear, guilt, anger, or approval. Then breathe, mirror, reframe, and interrupt the pattern. That's the moment you reclaim your mind. If this gave you something to think about, drop a comment and tell me which part hit you the most. Hit like if you want to see more breakdowns like this one, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos on psychology, mindset, and self-respect. This is ClarityGrit. Stay strong, stay clear, and keep growing.